parishioners. If you don't mind, I'm going to take this mask off while I talk to you this morning. When you see me at this podium, you know that it's once again time to review our financial report for the parish, since we've just finished a fiscal year this past June and started a new year that we're currently in. I'm Barb Swanson, and I serve our parish on the Finance Committee with committee members Rich Beal, Michelle Helton, Mary Merzen, Travis Shamel, and Emily Valise. Together, our committee has worked with the church staff to review the actual results from last year, as well as to approve a budget that will hopefully guide our future results. In most years, this is a pretty reasonable and routine task, but in 2020, not so much. As we all know, following 8 months of routine operations, we encountered the most unique set of circumstances imaginable for the remainder of this church year. A church without liturgies, a parish community who could not gather, a Holy Week without public celebrations, weddings, funerals, baptisms, confirmations, and First Communions all delayed. Who would have thought such a thing possible? And yet, here at St. Mary Goretti, we remain a parish, a strong parish, bolstered by our belief in what we do here and in each other. The report that I'm sharing with you today, I hope, gives you great pride in our parish and its members. So let's look first at the actual financial results from the fiscal year that we just completed, June the 30th of 2020. Considering that we had no masses for the last 4 months of that fiscal year, it is remarkable that our parish collections only fell short of budget by less than 10%. Our parishioners continued to donate and support our parish even when we were not coming into this building and celebrating our liturgies. Our 50-50 fundraiser delivered its budget. We had to shut down our Christian formation program and consequently collected no tuition through the last half of the year. We delayed our sacraments and we closed Casa Maria Hall, all of these things impacting our parish income. We did benefit from a gift from the diocese in not having to pay the CSA shortfall from last year, which turned out to be a $50,000 savings for our parish. So putting that all together, our parish revenues totaled over $900,000 for this very, very unusual year. Operating expenses for the year were $133,000 lower than budget. Obviously, most of those reductions come from the diminished activities in our parish when we shut down between March and June. However, there was a lot of parish activity that continued on. Our parish staff was fully employed. No one went on unemployment. Everybody worked at something in our parish. We had only one resignation, which is not being replaced currently. Our deacons generously took no stipend for a few months. We had a reduced need for visiting priests, and the diocese gave us a 1-month holiday on paying benefit insurance. Putting that all together, we enjoyed a $40,000 favorable variance on our lay comp and benefits, even while keeping our staff fully employed. Our maintenance costs continued on. Our maintenance crew continued to work. However, our expenses were $23,000 favorable to our budget, primarily because the anticipated renovations to the HVAC and roof that we had budgeted for early last year were far less costly than we anticipated them. All our faith formation programs and parish ministries are underspent due to reduced activity. Our music ministry converted its efforts from liturgy support to online support and continued on at full tilt. Our senior ministry did pay a few bills for monies collected in the previous year, so what looks to be a parish expense is in fact simply a timing issue. Putting that all together, surprisingly, the operating results for this parish for the year were a slight positive number. Thanks to the continuing generosity of our parishioners, coupled with some very good cost containment when activities diminished, and some very good fortune with that forgiveness of the CSA rebate. If we look to our extraordinary, our non-operating expenses, these are the monies given to our parish for special needs, we received an additional this year $140,000 in general restricted bequests, $28,000 to support special things for our music ministry, and $91,000 for our community outreach ministry. With this money, we were able to build the gathering deck in front of our church, buy some Lenten breakfast and ice cream, sponsor a pilgrimage for a deacon, support some funerals for families who needed help, and buy some artwork for our church, plus add a little bit of money to our savings. In our music ministry, we were able to bring in outside musicians to enhance the beautiful job done by our own parish choir, and we provided our teen ministers with stipends because these teens give up the opportunity to work a part-time job and earn some cash in order to make their commitment to our music ministry. Our community outreach received $91,000, had to pare back its operations. However, we're still able to share over $66,000 with our client families. So in the end, last year, we took the appropriate steps to address the health and safety of Father, of our parish staff and ministers, and of all of our parishioners, an appropriate response to the COVID-19 pandemic. You, our parishioners, responded by remaining committed to our parish, continuing to support it in a very, very strong fashion, such that we were able to run this parish and even add a little bit to savings, which is a wonderful thing because the budget year looks to be a continuing challenge financially. So let's look ahead at the budget year. How do you budget the unknown? Because that's exactly what we just attempted to do. The parish staff worked with the finance committee to drive the very best budget that we could possibly project. We have made assumptions. We have not made predictions. These are assumptions just to form the basis for a set of numbers. And we want everyone to understand that the realities of this fiscal year may vary significantly from the assumptions that underline this budget. But you have to start somewhere. And here's where we started. I'm going to share with you the assumptions that the Finance Committee used to prepare a budget. We will continue weekend masses only throughout this budget year. And realize the budget year goes through June the 30th of 2021. We will not anticipate public weekday masses. However, we do plan to celebrate Thanksgiving with probably 3 masses, Christmas with probably 8 masses, and a full Holy Week and Easter set of celebrations. We will continue to limit the number of people who move about in our liturgies, basically to our priests and deacons. So that means no servers, no sacristans, no lectors, and minimal Eucharistic ministers. We will continue to confer sacraments on a personalized schedule. Our Casa Maria Hall will not open publicly throughout the budget year. However, we did have to budget some contract cost necessary to keep that operation alive. Our 50-50 raffle will continue as a constant contributor to our parish revenue. Our Christian formation program is reformatting itself to online classes for which we will charge no tuition this year. We budgeted no CS shortfall payment to the diocese. Our full parish staff will remain in place throughout this budget year. We will keep everybody fully occupied. Our parish will reinitiate as much activity as we can possibly safely conduct. Our music ministry is already fully budgeted as its offerings will occur one way or the other, either at liturgies or online. Our office activities are fully budgeted as we manage the ever-changing needs of this parish and its health and safety. Our maintenance staff is also working on a full-time schedule. Vacation Bible School and teen ministry are very, very hard to imagine in a social distancing world. So consequently, we have not budgeted those 2 ministries. However, our adult faith formation will be offered online, but without any teaching stipend. Unfortunately, all of our traditional parish gatherings will be deferred for now. Hopefully, however, we can arrange a car caroling gathering for Christmas time. We'll see how that goes. No fish fries. Sorry. We do hope to reintroduce a bulletin sometime in 2021. You'll know when you do see the financials that our utilities remain the same, which is kind of an eye-opener since we're not using as much. However, we're on a budget plan with NIPSCO and hope we'll get a credit at the end of the year. Most of our supplies will come from inventory, so we don't have to reorder too much alto-liturgical support supplies. And quota, which is that amount that we send to the diocese to help them support their budget, we budgeted the same as last year. As for our non-operating income and expense, we hope for, but we do not budget that restricted income. However, we did budget to use some of the money previously donated for a special purpose to support the staff position that coordinates our community outreach ministry. We sincerely hope for the continuing generosity of our music minister supporters, and we do budget both that income and expense. It's very important to our parish. And community outreach will not benefit from the Jazz Fest this year, unfortunately, but we'll share whatever you choose to donate with it with our client families. With all these assumptions in mind, this budget will lead us to a $49,000 loss at the operating level, something we don't normally budget in this parish, and a deficit of $70,000 after all extraordinary expenses. I want you to know that our savings in this parish are strong, so if this deficit does materialize, our parish will manage. We will be okay. Fellow parishioners, whatever lies ahead of us in this budget year, we will manage through it because we are a strong and committed parish. We are so thankful that our parishioners continue to support this parish, knowing that we will return to gathering just as soon as safe protocol will allow us to do so. In the meantime, stay in touch. Attend Mass when you feel comfortable doing so. Check in with our parish on our website, stmariagorettichurch.org. Contact your fellow parishioners with a phone call just to say hello and check in. Most importantly, though, even without the constant reinforcement of gathering at our parish liturgies and events, please remember that this parish and its people are always here for each other. Always know that Father, our parish staff, and our ministry leaders are ever present to meet your needs. All you have to do is ask. The Finance Committee thanks Father Niblick for his leadership and support in guiding us, while always reminding us that St. Maria Goretti Parish belongs to all of its parishioners. We thank the parish staff, particularly Irene Sepchak, who worked extremely hard to provide these numbers for our Finance Committee to work with. And I thank our Parish Finance Committee for their service to our parish again this year. Finally and foremost, we all thank you, the parishioners of St. Maria Goretti, for continuing to make all of this possible. You will receive all of these numbers and many of these comments in a mailing, so what you didn't retain or hear or pick up today or understand, you'll get another crack at looking at. So thank you so much for another wonderful year here at St. Maria Goretti. This is a fabulous parish, and I'm proud to be on its Finance Committee. Thank you.